Hello, my friends, and welcome back to PlayStation Livecast. I'm joined by my friend Issei from Square Enix. Hi, man.
Hi.
How are you?
Really good.
Good. It's good to have you here. We are about to check out Dragon Quest Heroes, The World Trees Woe, and The Blight Below. Did I get the title right?
Yes, you did.
Perfect. It is a little long. We were just literally talking about this.
Yeah, exactly.
But so first of all, before we get started on the game itself, on Dragon Quest Heroes, tell me a little bit about the legacy of Dragon Quest, because this is like a huge, legendary series.
Yeah, so Dragon Quest itself was a very big title in Japan.
Yeah.
It rivals at Final Fantasy in Japan. Sold about 64 million units worldwide.
It's a lot.
Throughout the series. So it's a lot of units.
Yeah.
And basically throughout the series, we have main creator Mr. Yuji Horii, who is like one of my biggest idols. Also, Mr. Akira Toriyama. You may know some of his arts from like Dragon Ball.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Koichi Sugiyama, who's been doing all the music for the series throughout the franchise.
Yeah.
And then Dragon Quest Heroes itself is a game that we co-developed with Omega Force with Koei Tecmo Games.
Yeah.
And we're proud to bring this over to the PlayStation 4.
Oh, there we go. I was like, I don't think that was Dragon Quest, but now we have our footage right. But this is really special because Dragon Quest is very meaningful to basically the entire country of Japan. Like this game is like a defining cultural icon in Japan, in Japanese gaming. I mean, so it's really cool that Dragon Quest Heroes, I think it's like really the first time it has like a full-on, full-action battle system, right?
Yeah, it's one of the first full-scale action RPGs that Dragon Quest is coming into. So it's really it's a new title for us, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah, so Dragon Quest Heroes itself, kind of a collaborative game because it has, the team that has done a lot of the Musou series has come in and kind of collaborating with the original creators of Dragon Quest to make this game, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about that collaboration, like that coming together of different teams.
So basically, the creators of Dragon Quest has been talking with the creators of the Koei Tecmo Games, and basically they came up with coming into the title. So in an aspect, it was a big collaboration aspect between the two companies.
Yeah, and it was really cool. We had a blog that we posted on PlayStation.Blog where they were talking about how it was just like from these simple conversations that these like legendary creators have had to like work together to make this game, and like Dragon Quest Heroes is the result. And I don't even think I said that it was coming to PS4, so I'll throw that out there right now. Coming to PS4 on October 13th, right?
Exactly.
But tell me a little bit about the battle system, because you've played the game, you kind of know the ins and outs a little bit of it. So it's got a little bit of RPG mechanics, but it's also very action-oriented, right? Yeah.
So like the Dynasty Warrior games, it is very action-oriented. So the things that are a little bit different about it is you have a four-man party system where you'll be able to switch between characters
I didn't know
any time.
Okay.
So you'll be able to choose characters going into battle, and then switching out between the characters anytime you want.
Okay.
So
cool.
Depending on which characters you're playing as, you may want to switch over to a character that has like lightning abilities, because they might be able to do better damage against enemies.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really cool because then that gives you a little more strategy involved. Like you kind of have to be managing your team a little better. Do you actually go in with like custom-made teams, or is like by the mission it like gives you the team members that you go with? How does that work?
So as you kind of play the game, you start unlocking and
like
meeting new
characters?
characters.
Yeah, okay.
So as you go on, as you unlock characters, you'll be able to customize your team as well. So depending on certain missions, you may want to go in with characters that have a more support ability.
Okay, cool.
Some characters have abilities that could increase your attack power.
Yeah.
Some characters have abilities that could basically do more damage. So depending on the level and depending on the bosses you're fighting, you might want to change up your party.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, is it single player only, or are there multiplayer features? How's that set up?
This is a single player only game.
Single player experience, so you get that real RPG experience,
yes, exactly.
Right? So then, speaking of RPG experience, because as you know now, that's like one of my favorite things in gaming is RPG stuff. How does that system play into this game? Like, how does the RPG mechanics set up?
So in terms of the RPG mechanics, each character has their level up system. So each character, as they level up, they'll be able to get ability points.
Okay, cool.
So by using these ability points, you'll be able to level up and customize your characters, kind of like a skill tree.
Cool.
So,
yes, skill trees!
So you have a choice of unlocking every ability, kind of having a variety of attacks, or you could also kind of focus on doing one ability to level up so you'll have a stronger ability for that. But there are setbacks doing that too. As you level them up, they'll cost more MP. So you kind of have to manage how much MP you're using in the battles as well.
So when you've played it, do you just pour all your ability points into one thing, or do you like to spread it out a little bit?
I'm actually a person that likes to play with one ability, so
Okay.
I supported it to like one ability, like
just one thing over and over again.
Like I'm a big fan of the Dragon Quest series, and I've always been a fan of the spell Zap. So once I got the character, I just put all my ability points in that one ability.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. Now, the Musou series and the Dynasty Warrior series is always kind of famous for a lot of people on the screen and like just like bashing through waves of enemies and stuff. Is that similar to what you're doing here? Is that there's like a lot of enemies coming at you and you have to cut through them?
Yes. So in a sense,
in a sense, you're like, but no, it's not.
Yeah, it's not. That's not the only point. Obviously, you'll be certain stage. You'll be fighting hundreds and hundreds of enemies on screen, but that's not it. In this game, you'll be sometimes fighting enemies that are towering. There might be like two story high.
I think we're seeing some of it on the footage too. Yeah.
And actually, those aren't even the bigger characters. So even bigger characters than that. So you might have to be use stuff around like the level. There's like maybe like spellcasters and different like cannons that you could use around the levels to utilizing it and fighting against the enemy.
So this seems like it's a really great entry point for people that maybe have not tried out Dragon Quest before, or like have tried one of the more traditional RPG Dragon Quests, but they like, they like combat, they like action, and maybe this is a cool way for them to get into the series. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no,
kind of
I definitely think it's a good entry point.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's also a great game for people that are fans of it too. One of the cool things that I'm personally a fan of is that it has a lot of the characters from the previous games. So,
yes.
If for Dragon Quest 8 fans out there, you'll be able to play as Jessica and Yangus, which I think is a great bonus for people that love the series.
So it's like a love letter to all these different characters that have appeared throughout the series before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, so we're almost out of time. I do kind of want to get on one more thing, was just about basically characters and stuff. Are there like certain classes of different characters? Do they each bring certain types of skills to the game, or are they all kind of like they have similar abilities and you kind of equip them differently? How does that work?
All the characters are very unique.
Okay, cool.
So let's say the main character, Lucius, he's like the main hero, so he has the main hero ability like Zap, and also like he has flame abilities.
Okay, cool.
Where like characters like Yangus, if you remember, he uses an axe. So a lot of his abilities are stronger attack, takes more time to hit,
like heavier,
heavier attacks.
Yeah, cool.
And he also has abilities to like lower the defense of like the enemies. So each character is very unique, and depending on how you level them up, they become very unique themselves too.
So that's cool then, because that just feeds right into the idea of bringing in multiple people into your party.
Yeah.
And then you're able to like kind of, you're not only leveling them up and kind of, refining and tweaking their abilities, but you're also picking and choosing those heroes and like how you want to play.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. All right, well, Issei, thank you so much for being here, man.
All right, thanks
Did
so
I miss
much.
anything? What else we
actually,
got?
one more thing.
Yes, there's one more thing.
Yeah. We do have a new collector's edition that we announced on our online store. It's exclusive to the Square Enix store. So if you guys have a chance, please check it out.
All right, awesome. Well, Issei, thank you so much. Dragon Quest Heroes, The World Trees Woe, and The Blight Below. Did I get it? You were like, yes. Coming to PS4 on October 13th. Perfect. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much.
No, thank you.
PlayStation